Hey, hey, Selma community. This is Dr. Avis Williams, the proud superintendent of Selma City Schools, and I've got C-Dub, Courtney Washington, our amazing community engagement specialist here with us. And
How are
this
you
is
guys
Talk
doing?
Soup. Hey, how are you?
Doing great, Doc. Welcome everybody to Talk Soup. It's so great to have you guys here with us again on this wonderful Thursday.
Yes, indeed. And so we've got a special guest. This is the month of Thanksgiving. I know a lot of times we set aside the month of Thanksgiving to have just time for thankfulness and gratitude. Now, we are grateful and thankful every single day for our partners, our community partners, and the people who support Team Selma. But we are doing a special shout out to our partners this month. And so today we've got Jeria Martin, who is the co-president of the Rotary Club of Selma, and she's also the executive director for Drug-Free Communities. And in full disclosure, she has a fur baby. And if we hear barking, it's all good. I've got two fur babies, so it's okay. Let that baby bark, okay?
Right. I'm glad she said something because she's gonna make herself known this morning. She's been quiet all morning up until Josh press record for Zoom, and now she's barking. So I'm gonna
Of course.
Might need some camera time. That may need some camera time.
Yeah, she's welcome at Talk Soup also. But let's dive in. Thank you so much for spending some time with us today. And I mentioned that you are with two organizations that have been extremely supportive for Team Selma. So let's start off with the Rotary Club. And I know education is a main focus for Rotary International. And so talk to us about the partnership that we have with Rotary, and maybe some of the things that we've done and what's in store for the future.
Sure. So the very first thing that I definitely have to brag about with Rotary and Team Selma, one of our first things that we did when I was president back in 2018 was partner with Clark Elementary School. We actually went the Clark. We adopted the Clark Elementary School, and it meant a lot to me because Clark was my elementary school. And so we actually received a district grant that year where we were working with the Selma High School students. We called them our junior Rotary Board, and we were able to pull them in to help set up, I think they call it like a butterfly garden. Area at Clark Elementary School. So it just felt so good to be able to go to a school that that I once attended and see that I was able to do some type of fruitful work there that would benefit students years to come. So that was definitely huge for me. Our partnership with Clark Elementary School and also with Selma High School. I've made some of the best friends with the students at Selma High School that weren't hope dealers, but actually were junior Rotarians. And I remember I think you were appointed too. You were appointed a youth too, Superintendent Avis Williams. Not who you were appointed, but I think you had a cool kid.
Yes, I did, and we had a great time. That was so important too, because it gave an opportunity for mentorship, career mentorship. So powerful. We need to start that back up. I know COVID kind of disrupted a lot, and now that we're starting to move back to some more face-to-face activities, I would love for us to begin doing our junior Rotarians again.
Right. And then so what we had was a serve and shadow. That's what we called it, a serve and shadow, where each student, it was about a group of 20 students, will partner with a Rotarian. And so our Rotarians are the business leaders, these are the heads, the bank presidents, the CEO of the hospital, executive directors of organizations here in Selma. Our students were actually partnered with them for the entire year. We did service projects together. And we also had a chance to have the students to shadow us on the job. So say if they were, we had some of the future nurses partnering with the CEO at Vaughn and the staff at Vaughn. They had a chance to partner, with him and shadow him there. Or say, for example, for ones who was interested in education, actually got to partner with the superintendent. Like, how cool is that?
Right.
And I enjoyed it too. It was a great experience.
It is, because we have some awesome students. We have some awesome scholars. And so I enjoy, all the time that I'm able to spend with them.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so we
Yeah, and I know since then we've had a lot of just some celebratory and just some opportunities for Rotary to show our teachers and staff how much they are valued.
Yeah, that's what
Because
I was
during the
trying to do.
pandemic, we kind of shifted gears a little bit in terms of
Right.
prioritizing our teachers, and we really appreciate the lunch that you all provided on numerous occasions and the gift
Yes.
sets with PPE, gift cards, you know, just letting our team members know that they are appreciated. It means a lot.
I mean, well, we're Team Selma too.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
absolutely.
We're proud to be a part of the community.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. So we had a community forum this week with some of our scholars as panelists, and they did an amazing job. And thank you so much to the community who came out to
Most definitely.
participate. It was a great opportunity to hear from our scholars. And so I asked each of them, what do we need to stop, start, and continue? And one of the things that was lifted up under stop was drug use. And they were talking about at school and in the community. And I know Drug-Free Communities offers a variety of services, but can you just talk a little bit about the drug problems that you see within our community and maybe some of the services and supports that you all can offer?
Sure. And so the most important thing to understand is the first few substances that we identified, that we've been able to identify from all the data, from the surveys that are, given in the schools. The last time it was given was 2019. And so we're actually up to give a new one this year. But from the last, latest relevant data that we have, it's still showing that the top two substances of use is alcohol and marijuana, weed. And so we have to think about it scientifically. With our federal grants, we're taught to take a scientific approach to alleviating the problem within our communities. And so looking at Selma from a scientific approach, we have to look at our risk factors, what we call our risk factors, and then what we call our protective factors. Selma has, when we call, I think everybody's seen like the red flag challenge on Facebook.
Okay.
Our red flags, it's like the flag on the plate. And so some of those risk factors are like those symptoms of poverty. It's the detachment from community, the family norms that favors the youth, or community norms that favors the youth. So stuff, for example, if a child is seeing that their mom is smoking, marijuana every day, then of course they're gonna think, okay, it's okay for me, to do it too. If they're seeing that their dad is drinking, beer and knowing this is giving him his high and making him happy after a long day, then of course he's gonna, adopt that same, thing. Perfect example. I was at the fair with the Rotary Club. We're volunteering for the fair. And
Cozy dogs.
Yeah, I was about to say cozy dogs.
We were at the cozy dog stand in a group of teenagers, and I mean these probably like middle school, not even high school age kids. Came up, and this young lady came up to me. She was hot and I guess tired because we had it in the summer, and she was like, "Give me the strongest thing y'all got." And I'm like, she's heard somebody say it, but she's heard somebody say it, and you know what they meant.
Wow.
You didn't give me the strongest. But guys, so this message is for the parents. We can't. I know a lot of times I want to put the blame on the schools and the blame on the teachers and blame on the administrators, saying that it shouldn't be in the school. Well, first of all, it shouldn't be in your house for them to bring to the school. They shouldn't have access. They shouldn't have that availability again, because that is a protective fact. That's a risk factor, that availability. It being easily and openly available to them. So at first it starts in the household. So make sure, parents, that even if you are partaking in, in drinks or smoking, don't do it in the presence of your child, or make sure that it's in a secure place. They have all type of locks and stuff now for the even refrigerators. So make sure that they don't have access to even get it to school in the first place. But I think that's the biggest concern with Selma that I've seen, is that they think it's okay to drink alcohol, and they think it's okay to smoke weed because it is a community norm, because we know that it's a problem not just with our kids but with our community at large. But the data actually shows that once you're your brain has finished developing, then that's when they actually even prescribe it for medicinal use. But before you're 25, use of, especially chronic use of marijuana, it kills your brain cells.
Yeah.
Like it does. I mean, there's no getting around it.
Right.
Before chronic use, before the age of 25, before your brain is fully developed, it will kill your brain cells. It will lower your IQ. It will mess with your memory. It will, so that's why it's really dangerous for our kids to be using it. They think it's cool. They think it's, it's okay. I get a high and, I feel, mellowed out. But at the same time, they're destroying their chances at college, at being that athlete, at being, they're, messing up their future just for, a quick high.
And it's not worth it. I'm so glad that you shared some of the side effects, because I do think that when people think about smoking pot, they are just thinking about the mellowed out feeling and not thinking long term as far as the results. And, the scholar that brought it up was really focusing on the fact that we need to bring our best selves to school, and you can't learn if you are intoxicated or on drugs, and that's real. Do you all offer or can direct families to support?
We partner with several actually services, kind of wraparound services. So for one, if it's a student that's suspected of actually using drugs, we partner with a program called The Bridge. And The Bridge is a youth substance use therapy group. And so it's very discreet. If you're a parent again, or you're a teacher, all you would have to do is you can go to the school administrator and get a referral. And then the principal would then contact us, and we would literally just, line them up with a licensed drug therapist and get them the help that they need. But we also have services that's for the entire family. We have a grant called the Strong African American Families Grant. So if you feel like, your entire family needs to be a part of the session, we have that available. But again, make it known to the administrator, or if you really want to be, super discreet, you can come straight to us, to Drug-Free Communities, and we can make that referral as well.
Right.
That's good information.
It is. I look forward to revitalizing that part of our partnership too, because we actually initiated it last year during the pandemic, and of course we were mostly remote, and so now it's more important and prevalent. So I look forward to that as well. Thank you, Jaria, so much for your time and your input, and most definitely for your partnership. Being a product of Selma City Schools, I think it speaks even greater with your passion. And before you leave, because we know that you are a busy lady, tell us your why. Tell us what motivates you to partner with us to do what you do day in and day out.
Well, I mean, I said it before, I am Team Selma. I was the first girl section leader of the drum line at Selma High School and at Selma Middle School, which is now R.B. Hudson, where our office is located. I mean, those Selma City Schools is what made me, who I am today. Before it was a Princeton and a Stillman, it was a Selma City Schools that, gave me my foundation and loved on me and really just made me who I am. So I'm forever indebted. And so I always be there as much as I can while I can. A lot of old folks in church say, I'm going to do what I can while I can. I'm going to do what I can while I can.
That works. That sums it up. I love it. I love it. Well, thank you so much for your time. And again, we are so super grateful for the partnership and look forward to continuing to partner with you with both of the organizations in which you serve. So you have an amazing weekend, and we will see you soon.
All right. Thank y'all. Have a blessed
day. Thank you. Yay. And so as always, of course, we also want to make sure that we get some announcements out and news and information shared. What we got, Courtney?
So first, you already said it, but wanted to thank everybody for coming out to our community forum this past Tuesday. It was a great environment, and it was student-led, and we are looking forward to making this something that's ongoing. We don't want it to be a one and done or to follow seem reactive. So we're going to make sure that we have multiple opportunities to connect again. Some may be student-led, some may be virtual. So look forward to, or be on the lookout for some information regarding more of our community forums monthly, as well as us initiating, starting back our chat and choose. You know, we were doing those heavily during the pandemic, and now we're back with Talk Soup weekly, but there is a space for us to connect maybe at a different time of the day with our chat and choose, and that would be with our scholars, with our parents, with our community stakeholders. So definitely be on the lookout for that. Today, our SATES, it's a remote learning day, so our scholars are learning on Schoology. All right, we had a dad to, before I came over, Doc, to ride by and say, hey, I'm on duty. Is school not in today? And we had to tell that it was a remote learning day, but that our scholars—
Just for Selma High School.
Just for Selma High School, everybody. But that they are working on assignments. But it felt really good to have dad ride by and say, hey, I didn't see my son's car here today. What's going on? So our Saints are actually headed down to the playoffs, first round of the playoffs today in Mobile against St. Paul. So cheer them on if you are able to join them, or if you're hitting the road, be safe with your travels. Same thing with our scholars and our families. But also thank you to our dads for joining Donuts for Dads yesterday at Selma High. It was an awesome first meeting. And again, this won't be a one and done. There was a heavy discussion on how to move forward with some initiatives involving our fathers at Selma High, and even moving on across the district. So be on the lookout for that. Some more information about Donuts for Dads and the project that they discussed on yesterday. We will be having our State of the Schools address November 16th. That will be live. It will be streamed live from my Facebook page at 9 o'clock, but we'll make sure to push that out again later that day, as well as on our YouTube channel, because we know you guys will be working. But we do want you to tune in to hear about some of our district accomplishments over the year. And we also have
excited about that too, because at our board meeting that's coming up, I will be recommending the approval of our new strategic plan, our relaunched strategic plan, a framework for excellence. And our State of the Schools address will give us an opportunity to share with the community what that relaunched strategic plan looks like as we move forward. What can we expect to see, with a real emphasis on safety and wellness. So super excited to share our State of the Schools address. And do you know this is our third annual State of the Schools address?
It is. It is. The first couple of years, it was in person. Last year we did it virtually, and this year we're still playing it safe, and we'll do the same. But definitely, we're making sure to remain transparent to let you all know where we are and how we are moving forward. So I hope that everybody can tune in to that State of Schools address. And just wanted to also give a quick partner shout out this week. And if you haven't seen it on social media, a few of our scholars at Payne, as well as Selma High School, and I'll share those pictures today. I wanted to wait to get the final product for Selma High. But nonetheless, we had some artists, some guest artists, photographers, world-renowned photographers from Arts Revive to partner with our scholars at Payne and Selma High with photographic nights of Selma. And so our scholars at Payne were able to make camera obscures. I'm hoping I'm saying this correctly, but they were so excited. They were able to create their own camera, and our partner explained, how light hits and what the effect and impact of the light hitting their camera obscure. So if your scholar came home yesterday with something that looked a little handmade, it was, but it was an amazing project, and we
well, they enjoyed it.
They did.
They enjoyed it, and that's one of the things I love about arts. It's for everybody. Arts can just really, encourage students to just explore a deeper side of them that they didn't even know existed.
Yes,
and I love what our high school scholars did.
So if you get a chance to, Arts Revive is hosting an event tonight. Again, it's photographic nights in Selma, but at 7 o'clock and tomorrow at the same time, they'll have different photographs and our artwork on display, and it will feature some work from our scholars. So yesterday they worked with the partners on poems and their pictures, and so today they were able to see the final product, which will be on display this weekend in Arts Revive. So if you get a chance,
which are amazing. Oh my God, they are so good. That's really exciting. And I saw the looks on their faces, as they even admired their completed products.
Right. I think they were a little, surprised. They weren't quite sure of what the final product would be. But I think as I left, it was happy and they're excited. And we look forward to partnering with Arts Revive again, as well as with other community partners to enhance our educational experiences for our scholars. And that's really all I have right now, Doc. Do you have any more?
Well, no, I think that really does cover it. Our board meeting is next Tuesday at 5 p.m. at Selma High School. So it's always open to the public. So come out and enjoy a meeting if you want to do that. Also, next Thursday is Veterans Day. And so schools and offices will be closed to honor our veterans. So participate in a Veterans Day event if you're available to do so. And to all of my fellow veterans out there, thank you for your service. So we will not have Talk Soup next week because of that Veterans Day holiday, but absolutely look forward to seeing everyone again soon, maybe at the board meeting, but if not, we will do Talk Soup again in 2 weeks as we actually begin to wrap this month up, because we also have the Thanksgiving holiday coming up and a remote learning day on November 19th. So we will be here on November 18th for another episode of Talk Soup and look forward to seeing you then. And in the meantime, I say we close with our theme like we always do.
You ready?
We are
one team, one voice. Committed to excellence.
I think that's the best we've ever done.
I think so too.
All right.
Thank you, Team
Selma. Yes. Thank you, Team Selma. Have an amazing weekend and go Saints.
Go Saints. Yay.